First of all, it was a pleasure to do it today. We had a lot of fun. I know it was a packed day, and we went through quite a few entries. But I think seeing the breadth and depth of the profession, I think was worthwhile. And I think what stood out for me is if you look at the future landscape of where real estate is going in terms of all the different disciplines that are brought together and all the different skills that are brought to bear, it came out in a lot of the submissions that you had today for these awards.
I think when we started getting into some of the design categories, we were sometimes comparing a small boutique reposition creative project with something that's at the other end of the spectrum, very large and multifaceted and very complex. So to me, it was interesting to see the differential spread in terms of what was there, and that what you might originally have thought from upon first reading of one of the bigger projects, that as a group we came full circle many times and found that the smaller focus position boutique project may have been a leading candidate in that area.
I was surprised by the geographic diversity of the entries. We had our typical New York City, Houston, Texas entries, which you would expect, but we also had entries from Hawaii and also Dubai. And so I was pretty impressed to see, especially with Dubai, seeing international projects.
It's nice to see a common thread of sustainability actually through a lot of projects. A lot we're pushing not just LEED, trying to gain like LEED certification, but not just on that level, but something that was a little bit more fundamental to what we would think design should be like in terms of responsible development. And it was just, that was also something that was really great to see, like people talking about daylighting, talking about energy harvesting, and how they can really design buildings to what type of energy impact they were having, not only to the developer and the user, but also the community itself.
Just a lot of positive projects being done that you see out there. A lot of big deals being done. Really nice sized deals, which is nice to see in the commercial sector, and it seems to be a lot of them. So that's all good, especially for us architects. Keeps us busy, and we like to have an impact on what's going on.
Like a clear trend is mixed-use development. And so it's a continuation of a trend that started several years ago. And that certainly played a theme. And it could be all different types of mixed uses, retail, apartment, hotel, you name it. And how prevalent these mixed uses are throughout the country, mostly in higher population density locations.
And I think in looking at specific award nominations, you could see value being added all along the value chain, if you will, from dirt to disposition. So whether it was in an acquisition of a portfolio, or whether it was in extracting sustainability or energy efficiency benefits out of a portfolio, all of those things I think are positive signs for how people are viewing this asset class and how people are actually actively managing this asset class as if they were their investment portfolio.